All right, good day, everybody. I'm Peter. For those of you that are new here, welcome. Go ahead and hit like, comment, and subscribe. Tap that notification bell so you can know when I'm uploading to the channel. So today I am here to give you guys your ancestor message. And your ancestors want you to know that you're not going to fit in to all of these different spaces that you're trying to fit yourself into. You're not going to fit into those spaces that you are trying to fit yourself into. It's just not going to work anymore. The different environments, the different types of relationships, the different types of situations, you're not going to be able to fit into those things, those careers, those types of jobs. You're just not going to be able to fit into those things. And it's because you are now realizing, or if you haven't realized, you should realize that you are different. And you have come into a different level of awareness. And this is where this awareness is causing a lot of little chaos and friction and things like that in your space, okay? A lot of little chaos and friction in your space. And it's just going to show you that, like, it's almost like you're being evicted, from those different environments and things like that. And your ancestors want you to know that, like, don't feel bad that you don't fit into those spaces anymore, okay? Don't feel bad. You don't have to go the extra distance to try and please people, all right? Again, let them come to you. Let them show the effort here. Because it's no longer about you trying to fit. It's about those that are meant to be there, being there. Those situations that are meant to be present, being present. Those jobs that are meant to be available are available. But you can't force yourself to fit, okay? Your ancestors are wanting you to, when you're doing this healing work, or when you're doing the work surrounding your healing, or whatever different types of workings that you're doing, maybe just for soul growth, for elevation and things like that, your ancestors are wanting you not to forget the contracts. And some of these contracts are from, like, past lives. Some of your past lives have a lot of these different contracts. And also reclaiming the different fragments of your soul that you have given to others. All right? So reclaiming the different fragments of your soul that you have given to others, the different soul contracts that you have created. Your ancestors are really wanting you to really get into the weeds of that, because that may be the reason why some of you are not feeling like yourself, and so resulting to soul retrieval work may be something conducive to you at this time. But your ancestors definitely want you to look into those contracts, look into those agreements that you have had with you for quite some time. And maybe that's a lot of that stuff that's surfacing from the past lives in your present lives, okay? Your ancestors are having me feel like the need to defend right now. So the need to defend, like you're at war, or you're going up against something, all right? And so in this situation, you don't have to be defensive. Like, you don't have to defend yourself so hard. Like, your ancestors are really wanting you to just kind of like take what you need to take from it and then kind of move on. Not everything is a battle you need to fight, okay? So not everything is a battle you need to fight. And this is one of those battles that you don't necessarily have to fight. And if it's needing to be fought, you can call on your guides and your team to assist you in the fight. But this is not something that you're supposed to fight in the physical, okay? So I don't know if you like looking for game plans, or something's going on where you're trying to orchestrate how it's going to happen, or the outcome, but they don't want you doing that. It's like you're spending a lot of energy trying to make things happen for yourself, and you're not really trusting. It's like you're saying that you're trusting your guides and your spirit team. You're saying that you are leaving it to them, but at the same time, you are like, making all the moves yourself. And they're not saying don't make any moves, but they're saying that like you're trying to do everything, and you got a plan A, a plan B, a plan C, a plan D, and they don't want you doing that. So you don't have to be so defensive, all right? You don't have to be. Your ancestors don't want you trying to control people either. All right? They don't want you trying to control people. All right? Like, not being so controlling. Yeah, not being so controlling. There's a lot of controls. And a lot of your frustration is because you don't have control of everything in your court. All right? So just release a lot of your controls, like surrender your controls, or surrender your need to control, everything and different circumstances around you, okay? Because it's kind of beyond your control. It's almost like the more that you do to try to get it to go the way you want it to go, or try to fit in it, the more resistance that's going to come about, and the more issues that's going to continue to surface, because it's not something that you are supposed to be doing. All right, you're supposed to really trust in your higher forces, trust in the things that you cannot see, trust in your team to come through and do what it is that you have asked of them to do. Okay, so yeah, surrender your controls. All right, surrender your controls. Be faithful. Be faithful. Be faithful in your process. Be faithful as it relates to your moves forward. All right? Be faithful. Have faith. Okay? Have faith. Believe. All right? It's just during this time, there's a lot of shifts in belief systems. A lot of belief systems are shifting. Okay? A lot of belief systems are shifting. You're starting to see the other side a little bit more, You're starting to see it. It's starting to make sense to you, But this is all done through in this reflection. It's like when you look in the mirror, like, and what's looking back at you, what have you now noticed about yourself? That's what they like trying to figure out. Like, are you noticing these things about yourself? Are you seeing that what I've been trying to get you to see all this time had everything to do with this? Like, that's how they're doing it. Like, and it's like a lot of the stuff that you don't like about other people, or things that you are finding a hard time liking about yourself, or liking within yourself. So that reflection, yeah, that one. You pointed a finger, two fingers pointed back at you. That's what somebody just said. Pointing finger, two fingers pointed back at you. Because those things that are causing a lot of that resistance within you, are causing a lot of frustration, are things that you don't really like about yourself either. So when you see it in other people, it sets you completely off. Now, it might have been something learned from, like they said, those patterns, those soul contracts, those different patterns. Those patterns could be passed down through the cells, passed down genetically through your DNA. So that may be something that you need to look at. Maybe you never wanted to be like mama or daddy, but you're acting just like them. And so when you see people acting like your mama and daddy, you notice those characteristics, but your ancestors are saying reflection, mirror. It's a mirror. So some of the things that you don't like about them is because you don't like it about yourself. So still doing that reflection. And that as you go along this journey, you're going to notice that you never stop growing, you never stop learning. And if you do feel like you stop learning, that's not true. All right. There's always going to be something that you can learn. There's always going to be something new that comes up. There's always going to be something that you thought was done, and then something happens, and then you're like, oh, there's still a little thing in there, so I need a tune-up. All right. So you're going to always be doing tune-ups. On this spiritual journey, there's always going to be a tune-up. You're always going to be doing checks and services. Just like you have to rotate the tires on your car, you're always going to have to check that root chakra all the time. It's never going to fail. You know, you can only ride on a pair of tires for so long. You know, you can only move the vehicle so many miles before you have to change the oil. You know, so that's how you got to kind of look at your journey and your spiritual life and the things that you're going through. It's always going to be something that needs adjusting or tuned up, or a gasket's going to need changing, or some oil going to need changing. It's always going to be something that's going to come up. Now, how much it impacts you and how much damage that it causes depends on how much other maintenance you've done. If you change the oil frequently, and you change the oil frequently, but the gasket cracks, you just replace the gasket. But if you don't change the oil frequently, and then you got old filters on the thing, and then the gasket cracks, then you're going to have to change a lot more than just the gasket. It's going to be like a whole nother thing. You might have to change the entire O2 system. So you have to be mindful of how much maintenance you are doing on yourself. How much maintenance you're doing on yourself, how much of your spiritual routine is incorporated in your daily life, so that when things like this hit, you don't have to adjust so much. All right, it's just like a minor adjustment. Like if something happens and it really it triggers something, the recovery is quite quick because of how much spiritual maintenance is being done. So picking that up. But again, your ancestors don't want you trying to fit in. All right. It's going to be a lot of reasons why you're going to want to fit in. It's going to be a lot of things that come up that's going to pin your back against the wall, and you're going to feel like you need to conform to whatever the ways are at that time. Don't do it. Don't do it. Be yourself. Be yourself. Stay true to your morals. Don't shift your morals for anyone. Okay? Shapeshifter. It's time to completely morph into this spirit animal, so to speak. But it's time to completely morph into it. I feel like they got me feeling like they done told you this already to do this. So I don't know what you're supposed to be doing, but listen, start. before they make you start, please. Because that's what happens when you don't start, when they keep urging you to start doing whatever it is that you need to do, and you don't do it, then they force start you. Okay? So you don't want to have to be broken to start. Okay? So go ahead and do, for whoever that part of the message is for, please go ahead and do what they've asked of you. I feel like they want you to put something down in order to morph into this thing. It's like you gotta let go of something, and they like keep telling you to let go of it, but you're not doing it right. You're not doing it at all. And so they like, if you let go of this, you're gonna be a freaking powerhouse, and you're gonna morph into the fullness of your potential. But you're not letting it go, and it's because it's so good to you, ain't it? Or you think it's so good to you. But your ancestors want you to let that go. I want you to let go of that. That's a physical feeling that you have. A temporary physical feeling that you're getting from whatever it is that they want you to release. Because they want it gone. All right? So I don't know who that part is for. But that's how you're going to reach your fullest potential, is by letting go of that, whatever that is, right? But yeah, so that's pretty much it, y'all. That shapeshifter energy, man. It's time to embody and embrace who you are supposed to be. They done downloaded all of these different genetic codes up into you, all these different activations, and now it's time for you to integrate those things that they have downloaded into you. All right, they're ready for you to step out on your faith so that they could assist you on this journey, because that's what they're here for. You got to trust them. But you ain't fitting into those situations no more. Every time you try to fit into those situations, they're going to make it real uncomfortable for you. It's going to get real uncomfortable if you keep trying, I'm telling you. But they want you to definitely surrender that need to feel like you need to be in the position to where you're conforming or you're shifting who you're supposed to be for someone else. And also surrender that need to always try to defend yourself and defend your point of view. You don't have to do that anymore. All right, you do not have to do that anymore. Make sure that with your spiritual body that you are doing the maintenance that is required, because there are some entities, as we discussed already, as your ancestors had already told you, that are going to be trying to come in and disrupt some things. And you have to be spiritually ready when you see these obstacles, because all of that stuff is to like scare you and to make you afraid and to promote fear. And on the other side of fear is everything that you desire. So that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this message, and I'll holler at you.